Um, Today you brought to the board the students' input and the signatures that were collected regarding Dr. Peterson. What do you hope will be accomplished next?
Well, I feel like I did ask a member of the Board of Trustees, and they did get our petitions before their executive session. So I'm hoping that they actually spoke about it there. Now, they can't speak about it out here, and we didn't expect an answer. So 1,400 signatures, 1,400 plus. We had the signatures of 3 student governments, you know, faculty and staff, and you heard Mesmer, and this people feel really strongly about this, and I think the board really did hear the voice, and that's why I got up there and just said, "Hey, thanks for listening to us," because I think they really understand now, what he was all about. He's an ethical guy, and we need him back. Strong leadership is important, and he set a really good example for students and faculty and staff. So,
What do you think students are so passionate about this? What do you think you collected so many signatures? What is so particular about this?
well, I'll tell you what, it was an easy sell. Going out and telling students that there was an administrator who actually took them into consideration when they're making choices, especially at a time like this with economics being, bad, services are getting cut. They kind of think of administrators as people who are just taking things away. And when you have somebody who is so adamant about being an advocate for students and really listening to what they had to say and working for them, I'll tell you really why it was an easy sell, because about every 10 students who came up had a personal story about Dr. Peterson. And they were like, yeah, you guys need to sign this. I heard, or this is, what happened. I had a problem with my Pell Grant. Dr. Peterson took care of it right away. First guy to leave, first guy to come, last to leave, that type of guy. So when students hear that sort of thing, they're like, yeah, and they had trust in the student government. And I really, somehow I'd really like to thank the students for that, other than just coming here and saying that I appreciate them. The students really had a lot of trust in us because a lot of them didn't know about this situation. And when they heard about it, they were very open, and they understood, and a lot of them wanted to learn more. A lot of them went to go ask, other people that had more information about it, and came back and signed. So, my grandfather worked at a jewelry store, and he called a lot of people come in be-backs, because they're always saying, oh yeah, I'll be back. Well, ours actually came back. So,
And well, even if Dr. Peterson, let's say, gets a chance to get his job back, do you think he would? And if you think he wouldn't or he would, what would you tell them? What would you tell him personally if you could speak to him about why he's needed in this campus?
well, I guess I'll speak to the first part. Dr. Peterson had over 20 years of experience at a 4-year school. I won't say he's at the tail end of his career, but he's had a long, successful career, and he's sought after. So what he needs to know is that we appreciate the fact that he wants to come to where he's needed most. The community college is really where we need the strongest leadership and really high-quality people for us to succeed as students and faculty and staff, really. This is really good work. It's hard work, and he was willing to do it, and we really appreciate that. Those of us who really know him appreciate it a lot, but even those people who, I just talked to, Meramec students who didn't know anything, they heard that and they're like, yeah, that sounds like a really great guy. We need him back here. So I guess what I'd say is thanks if you're watching.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mike.